Our planet is often called the green planet, but from the vast perspective of space, it is a shimmering, pale blue dot. Over 70% of Earth is covered by a single, continuous body of water, the ocean. It is the lifeblood of our world, regulating our climate and providing a home to millions of species. But despite its importance, we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about our own seafloor. Beneath those rhythmic waves lies a world of extreme pressure, eternal darkness, and biological wonders that seem like something out of a science fiction novel. Today on Discover the World in 10, we are diving deep into the heart of the abyss. We aren't looking for ghost ships or monsters today. We are looking at the staggering, scientific reality of the deep. Here are 10 things you didn't know about the ocean. If I asked you where most of our oxygen comes from, you would probably point to the Amazon rainforest. While trees are vital, the truth is that at least 50 to 80% of the oxygen we breathe actually comes from the ocean. This invisible life support system is powered by tiny, microscopic organisms called phytoplankton. These miniature plants live near the ocean's surface and use photosynthesis to turn sunlight into energy, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. Every second breath you take is a gift from the sea. Without these microscopic warriors, life on land would simply cease to exist. We aren't just connected to the ocean, we are breathing it. When we think of massive mountains, we think of the Himalayas or the Andes. But the longest mountain range on Earth is nowhere to be found on a traditional map of the land. It's called the Mid-Ocean Ridge, and it stretches for over 65,000 kilometers across the global seafloor. This underwater mountain chain is formed by the movement of tectonic plates. As the plates pull apart, magma rises from the Earth's mantle, creating new crust and spectacular volcanic peaks beneath the waves. It is a rugged, volcanic world that remains largely unexplored by human eyes. In fact, more people have stood on the moon than have seen the majestic peaks of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. There is a fortune hidden in the ocean, but it isn't just sitting in sunken treasure chests from pirate legends. The ocean itself is a liquid gold mine. Scientists estimate that there are roughly 20 million tons of gold suspended in ordinary seawater. But before you grab a bucket and head to the beach, there's a catch. The gold is so diluted that it's measured in parts per trillion. To get just 1 gram of gold, you would have to process tens of millions of liters of water. Currently, we don't have the technology to extract it profitably, so for now, the wealthiest place on Earth remains safely locked away within the water itself. The deeper you go, the more the ocean tries to crush you. At the deepest point of the ocean, the Challenger Deep, the pressure is over 8 tons per square inch. To put that into perspective, it's like having an elephant stand on your thumb, or better yet, like being at the bottom of a stack of 50 jumbo jets. Human bodies would be flattened instantly. Yet creatures like the snailfish live there comfortably. Their bodies have evolved to be almost jelly-like, with no air spaces that can be compressed. When scientists bring these creatures to the surface, they often melt because their bodies require that immense pressure just to hold their shape. The ocean is a time capsule. While land animals have faced massive extinctions and rapid evolution, the deep sea has remained relatively stable for millions of years. This has allowed living fossils to survive. Take the coelacanth, a fish once thought to have gone extinct with the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. In 1938, one was found alive off the coast of South Africa. Or the frilled shark, which looks exactly as its ancestors did 80 million years ago. In the dark, cold corners of the ocean, time seems to have stood still, preserving species that saw the rise and fall of the T-Rex. Every single night, the largest migration on Earth takes place, and almost no one notices. It's called the Deal vertical migration. Trillions of tiny organisms, from krill to jellyfish, rise from the depths to the surface to feed under the cover of darkness. As the sun begins to rise, they all dive back down hundreds of meters into the shadows to hide from predators. This massive movement of biomass is so large that it can be seen on sonar, appearing like a false seafloor moving up and down. It is the heartbeat of the ocean. a nightly journey of survival that happens in every corner of the world. We think of the ocean as a bright blue place, but that is only the very top layer. Light can only penetrate about 200 meters into the water. Below that, you enter the twilight zone, and by 1,000 meters, you are in the midnight zone. The vast majority of the ocean exists in total, absolute darkness. Because there is no light, plants cannot grow. Most creatures here create their own light through bioluminescence, using chemical reactions to lure prey or find mates. Imagine a world where the only light you ever see is the glow of your own body. That is the reality for most of the life on our planet. It sounds impossible, but there are lakes and rivers at the bottom of the ocean. These are called brine pools. They form when salt deposits under the sea floor dissolve, creating water that is much saltier and denser than the surrounding seawater. This heavy water settles into depressions on the sea floor, creating a distinct lake with its own shoreline and surface. These pools are often toxic to most sea life due to high methane concentrations, but they are surrounded by unique mussels and tube worms that thrive on the chemicals. It is a surreal sight, a lake within an ocean. There are more artifacts and remnants of history in the ocean than in all of the world's museums combined. From ancient Roman shipwrecks filled with statues to downed World War II aircraft, the seafloor is a vast graveyard of human ambition. It is estimated that there are over 3 million shipwrecks scattered across the ocean floor. The cold, low-oxygen environment of the deep sea acts as a perfect preservative, keeping wooden ships and delicate artifacts intact for centuries. Every time a new ROV reaches the bottom, we find another piece of our lost history, waiting in the silence. And finally, the most shocking fact of all. We have only explored about 5 to 10% of the ocean. We have better maps of the Moon and Venus than we do of our own sea floor. There are entire ecosystems, mountain ranges, and species that we haven't even dreamed of yet. Every time a research vessel goes down, they find something that changes our understanding of biology. We live on a planet that is mostly unexplored. The greatest discoveries in human history aren't waiting in the stars. They are waiting right here, beneath the waves. The ocean is more than just water. It is the soul of our planet. It feeds us, it gives us air, and it holds our secrets. But it is also fragile. As we continue to explore this final frontier, we must also learn to protect it. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Did you know you were breathing the ocean right now? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the deep, hit the like button and subscribe to discover the world in 10. Keep exploring, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.